So while we've got our section box cropped back this way, it's really exposing a great place where we can work on our entry doors. Our entry doors are going to go right here in these two panels here. And the technique is actually to remove some of these elements that are the solid parts, the mullion and the bottom rail here, and then insert a door unit inside of this. So we'll step through that basic technique. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to kind of tab through until I find that bottom component. I'm going to unpin it, and I'm going to hit delete. I'm going to move over to the other side, and I'm just lucky enough that it selects, but if it doesn't, you might want to hit tab until it does. I'm going to click that, unpin it, and hit delete. I'm going to come up to this this aluminum extrusion mullion. I'm going to select it, unpin it, and hit delete. Now we have just two pieces of glass here. You can see that delineated as that little line. And if I select this divider, what I want to do is I want to make this into one solid pane because we're going to select a double door to insert in here. And I'm going to go to Add and Remove Segments. And I'm going to come down here and just touch the surface. And now that segment of glass is now one single piece of glass. So we're actually really very close to being ready to set our double door in here. So I'm going to go out to Load In. I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Load Family. I'm going to go to Doors. And I'm going to grab, not double wall glass, which looks like the right one, but I'm going to go grab double wall storefront. And storefront means that it has this kind of metal trim around it. It's not just a piece of glass for the door. And I'll go open, and that'll install that into the software. And now actually if we go back to our window, and I'm over this and I hit tab until I select that large pane and click it, I can now unpin it. And I can now select, hopefully if I've loaded it in, that double wall storefront. And so it's showing up here, or it could be where we just loaded in and it's showing most recent used items. So I select that and the double door shows up. Now yours may show up without the hardware on it like this. And that could be because you have the level of detail set to medium or coarse. So when it's set to fine, the hardware will show on here. And now you can see distinctively how there's this extra set of metal trim around the doorway for this entry. The other thing is when this is shown in a front elevation, if I was to go to the south elevation, you'll notice now that it's showing these little dotted lines indicating that that's a door opening and which way it swings. So it's pointing at the hinged portion of that door. Next, we'll go up to the mezzanine level and we'll add this door in, a single door up at the mezzanine level.